It's now Thursday the 23rd of February, it's just after midnight. I'm on the night train to Kyiv from Lviv. I'm sharing a cabin with Kevin Foster, who is here. No luxury for us. We're in the sleeper train, and it's going to arrive at 7 AM in the morning. We've got a full day of meetings tomorrow with the Rada, which is the Ukrainian Parliament, and I'm going to also hand over the compasses which are above me to Halo Trust, which is part of their demining equipment, which I brought all the way from Leeds. So we're really, you know, on the last leg of our journey into the heart of Ukraine now, taking the train. It's the same type of train that Joe Biden took when he went to visit President Zelensky, and we, our group, are taking the same train, and we're going to be in Kyiv at 7. Hi, it's now the 23rd of February. We've just arrived at Kyiv train station on the sleeper train. We're going to be getting our car shortly and going to the hotel, and we're going to have a full day of meetings today, and we'll be visiting the Parliament and undertaking quite an extensive range of meetings with parliamentarians from Ukraine, NGOs and others today. With James, who's the Chief Executive of Halo Trust, I brought this box of compasses from Leeds, actually from Louise, who's the Communications Director at Halo, and I brought it all the way here. These compasses are vital in the efforts to demine Ukraine, and are going to be used in places like Kharkiv, where there is a huge amount of mining. Actually, 30% of Ukraine has mines, and it's going to take years to clear the mines. We need to do more to support Halo and other organisations to demine Ukraine. So I'm really pleased I've been able to get these to you, James.
Well, we're incredibly grateful. Compasses are part of survey. Survey is a part of finding out the extent of the contamination. And if we can map out that contamination, then we can save millions of pounds by not clearing in areas that are not contaminated. We can narrow it down to the real core of the problem. So this is vital stuff. It's a big box, a long way to come from Leeds. Incredibly grateful to you for bringing them to us. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks a lot. It's the morning of the 24th of February. This is 1 year since Ukraine was invaded by Russia. I'm here at the monument. These are sandbags that they piled up, and it's a cry for help from the world for more equipment. The US this morning stood up and promised to provide $2 billion more of military aid. It's what I've been hearing time and time again. They need more military equipment, missiles, fighter jets, ammunition. They're running out of ammunition. They use so much ammunition every day. Without this, the war won't be won, and they need to win the war more quickly. They are, you know, the Ukrainian soldiers are being killed every day, and their equipment, as I said, is running down, ammunition's running down. So the big ask, all we've heard, is supply us with more military equipment so they can win this war and get to peace more quickly. It's very poignant being here today. I'm in the Ukrainian Parliament. We've just had the opening session of the Parliament, and the Speaker mentioned all the different MPs from all different countries. The chairs of the Foreign Affairs Committees actually from across Europe are here, and they held up flags. Then he raised about there was a whole delegation of the United Kingdom, and he named me personally. And then they sang the Ukrainian national anthem, and then there was a minute's silence for the war dead of Ukraine. It's very emotional for me and for everybody there. This is quite an incredible visit we're having. This has never been on a parliamentary visit like this before. It's so important for them that we're here, and it was very clear from the round of applause they all gave us that it means so much to them. We're now in the Rada again. We've had meetings actually with the Ombudsman for Human Rights, absolutely horrific meeting which showed the murder of children and the fact children have been kidnapped, displaced, and their actually birth places have been faked. They were born in Ukraine, but the Russians have moved them to Russia and said they were born in Russia. And we've also met people who look after Crimea and the human rights abuse in Crimea, which haven't been happening for a year, but have been happening for 9 years since the 2014 invasion. We're now about to meet with a number of members of parliament from the Ukrainian parliament here in the Rada, which is the Ukrainian parliament, and we're going to talk to them about individual special interests that UK MPs, Ukrainian MPs have, so military, human rights, displaced persons, civil defence, a whole range of issues that we've been pursuing as an APPG, and that obviously are of deep interest to the Ukrainian MPs.
Для нас, бо він говорить там про нас, Китай там говорить про нас. Що я можу сказати? Територіальна цілісність там співпадає. Я вважаю, що там є повага до територіальної цілісності.
It's now 8 o'clock on the 24th of February. I've just been at the Vladimir Zelensky press conference. He answered questions for 3 hours to international journalists. He covered so many topics: the need for a special tribunal for Putin, the need for more military equipment, particular requests for Typhoon jets from the UK, the fact that so many people have been killed, the toll on him and his family, the bravery of the Ukrainian people, the need for more support, the need for China to take a stronger position on Ukraine. It was a tour de force. Vladimir Zelensky is an incredibly impressive man, leader of his people, and it was an honour really to be able to sit on the front row of the press conference and listen to it. And you know, it's a reflection of the position of the United Kingdom that two UK MPs, and myself and Anne McMorrin, UK Labour MPs, were given the opportunity to be here. It's now 2 o'clock on the 24th. I've seen a lot of horrific things today, but I think this is the most horrific. We're on the outskirts of Irpin. They've brought all the cars, the people who are trying to escape Irpin and who were shot or shelled or missile attacked by the Russians they were leaving. Many of these cars had families in them who did not survive. They were sat in these cars, so they're blown up. And there's hundreds and hundreds of vehicles here. This is horrific. This is what war means. This is what Putin means. This is the result of the barbarism of Vladimir Putin. This is on him, on his conscience. This is why we need a special tribunal, war trials tribunal, to bring him to justice. All of these people lost their lives because of him. I'm at the Babin Yar Holocaust Memorial in Kyiv. It's now quite late in the afternoon, the 25th of February. This is a very difficult place for Jews from Ukraine. The Nazis brought people to this park. You can see all around us the park, from all over Ukraine, telling them, there's a train station here, still here, that they were going to be put on a train and go into the British Mandate of Palestine. So they came, and the Nazis murdered 100,000 Jews in this park, physically massacred them here. On one day, 34,000 Jews were killed. They put this memorial wall, these anthracite crystals, which is meant to be about reflection and thought about what happened here. We have many Holocaust memorials all around the world. I went to the one in Berlin, if you're watching these videos, just a few days ago. We have them in the UK, and we're building another one in London. Genocide is one of the most barbaric acts that man can do to fellow man, and we're seeing again genocidal acts here in Ukraine. I'm feeling a bit more centred now than I was earlier at the Holodomor Museum, but what we've seen on this trip, what we saw yesterday in Irpin, what we're hearing, what we see on the news, is a reflection of new barbarism, like this barbarism that we're remembering, and it's happening today. That's why we need to act and support the people of Ukraine and other places where there are genocidal acts around the world. I'm still at Babin Yar, and they've come to this installation. It's really important to see this installation, considering what I saw in Irpin the other day. They recreated bullet holes to represent the bullets that killed all the Jews bullet holes look just like bullet holes in the metal, in the cars that we saw in Irpin. So what happened to these people 80 years ago, in some cases exactly 80 years ago? It's happening again today in the east and the south of Ukraine, a year ago in Irpin, and we saw the bullet holes in the cars. This violence is continuing cycle of violence, and this whole journey, this whole aid convoy, this stay in Kiev, the anniversary of the war, it's all sort of reminds me, and I think hopefully everybody that's watching this, that we need to end this cycle of violence.